I'm Judge Capper. Welcome to Lawrence County Municipal Court. We have reviews to do first for people who have been before the court before. So when your name's called, come up to the table to your right. We're going to go over your file, see what progress you've made on completing what you were ordered to do. Call reviews.
Raymond Brown, Jeremy Butcher, Leroy Campbell, Tia Hammond, Amy Jo Piles, Sheena Scarberry, Ron Witherell.
Raymond Brown. Raymond Brown's been called, has not appeared, has done very little on his case.
He was not here for community service for the
All right, he'll receive a warrant for failure to appear. Jeremy Butcher is here, 19483. How are you, Mr. Butcher?
I'm doing pretty good.
So the last report I had said you were going to complete on October 4th. Did that happen?
Yes.
Okay, we don't, usually Mr. Gwynn is here. Is he not here?
I'm filling in.
Oh, okay, you got a report. You're
Yes.
seeing any information from Gwynn today?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's your name, sir?
William Grice.
What's the last name?
Grice, G-R-I-S-E.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so you've got 1 year in, and you're completing your treatment. Now, and I want to congratulate you. I've kind of watched you. You've done, and you've really done well this last year. But you can't let down your guard, because we know statistically a lot of people still fail after a year of sobriety. That doesn't mean, oh, things are good and I'm going to not have any problems going forward. You still have to be on guard. You have to work at things to stay clean and sober. And it's a great beginning, but there's a high percentage of people that fail after a year. And now with what's in the community with fentanyl, I mean, a lot of the people that overdose and die are people that are relapsing. Because what you were taking before is not what it's out there now. So it's just a word of warning, because you're entering a new phase. You got to keep working at this for your benefit. But congratulations on completing your treatment. I don't want to be total downer about it, but I just want to warn you too. You can't just let up. Okay, so you still have some fines and court costs to pay, and you did make a payment today. So what's your plan going forward?
Keep doing what I've been doing. I mean, all I do is work. I've been raising goats, buying goats.
Okay.
Trying to find stuff to keep me busy at home.
All right. Well, that's good. There's a lot of resources available now. If you feel, if you feel like you're having a problem, reach out to someone, talk to someone, get into some aftercare, whatever. Do not relapse. Do not get out there in the community and go back to where you were. You can put in too much work to let that happen. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to make November the 20th your next review hearing. 9 o'clock, November 20th.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Leroy Campbell. 12/30/25, 12/22/59, and 10/6/27. Okay, all community service is done. You've actually done some extra toward your funds.
I have a payment today, Your Honor.
Okay. You're at RRS too.
Yeah, I lean pretty heavy on them.
say the same things about you. You have made a lot of progress, and I'm proud of that, and I want you to continue. Can you make any payment on your funds today?
Yeah, I have $60 a day, Your Honor.
Oh, and also, it's very late notice, but we got notice of a cleanup in Scotttown tomorrow that I'm going to give double credit for. Anybody who wants to come tomorrow and work community service. So if you have community service you owe, you'll get 12 hours credit rather than 6 hours for working tomorrow. Or if it goes toward your fine, you get $100 off your fine rather than 50. So, and you still want them to come here for the Scotttown cleanup?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So be here at 7:30 if you want to do that. Anyone gets double credit that shows up that day. All right, Mr. Campbell, your next hearing is going to be November 13th.
Okay.
November 13th.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Tia Hammond.
Scarberry.
Tia Hammond was called. Okay, now she was at RRG and she did not appear the last time.
I have a letter and drug screens and things like that.
Okay. Okay, she's non-compliant then. All right, then I'll issue a warrant for her. She had failed to appear and she's non-compliant with her treatment at this point, so she will receive a warrant for not appearing today. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Amy Jo Piles, 17280. Are you
Scarberry.
Scarberry? Okay, you're next. Amy Jo Piles is not here. She will receive a warrant. Shauna Scarberry. 13463, 1291, 11638, and 10899. And you still have community service to do. So
Do you
get
know
out
any
here-
hours, or do I need to?
I'm showing like 132 hours. still
Okay.
left. Get 12 hours credit tomorrow.
Okay,
Be
well, I'll
out-
probably do that then.
Yeah, be here at 7:30 on the west side of the building tomorrow.
Okay.
Can you pay anything on your fines today?
Yes,
How much are you paying?
I've got 20.
How much?
20.
Okay, see the clerk make that payment. Be here tomorrow. November 13th is your next hearing.
Okay.
That's all. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Ron Witherell is not here. 164698, 14844, 131151. That'll be a warrant for failure to appear.
Amanda Burns, Timothy Clark, Mallory Copley, Marcus Keller, Charles Martin, Edward McCoy, Tiffany West.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Amanda Burns is 23439. She's at Bethesda. That's a good report. And she's still inpatient.
She is, Your Honor.
All right. Is she, any way she can get here tomorrow for community service?
She has some pretty serious medical issues going on.
Okay. All right. I'll set November 20th as your next hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 9 a.m., November 20th. Timothy Clark, 230073. You're Timothy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you had, if you came tomorrow, that would wipe out the rest of your community service debt.
Sir.
And you still have to do the DIP school, the driver intervention program. You did make a payment today, pretty substantial payment today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Yours is a newer case, so a bit longer. Mondays or Fridays, does it matter which day?
Would it be next month, Your Honor?
Yeah. It'll be toward the end of
Mon-
November.
Mondays.
November 27th will be your next review. 9 a.m. November 27th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Mallory Copley,
Yes, sir.
221613.
And I do have a paper with my community service hours, and I do
Okay.
believe,
Are you still at Pathways?
no, I've completed that.
Okay. I'll need to see what she has. She has a report.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I have 30 hours I need to do total, and I've completed all but 9.
Okay.
I'll just need that back, though. Thank you.
Okay. You'll need to turn this in to Mr. Cooper and then let him verify it.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm going to set your next hearing for November 20th at 9 a.m. Finish everything up and you don't have to come back.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Marcus Eller.
Yes, sir.
222796.
Your Honor, on that, he turned those communications.
Okay. Do you have a payment on your fines today, sir?
I paid a payment online before I came in this morning. I should have the rest of them done in the next month or so.
All right, November 20th will be your next hearing, 9 o'clock. Finish it up, you don't have to come back to the hearing.
So just make the payment and I'm good?
Yeah, as long as you get your community service and fines paid, you don't have to come back.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Charles Martin,
May I approach, Your Honor?
yes, 22416, set Bethesda. Charles Martin, this case number 22416.
He's also monitored through Common Pleas, Your Honor.
Okay. So what's the time, he's been there, what, since July?
Yeah, he's been there.
July 27th?
He's completed the residential program. He's just in an independent living right now until he can get a strong foundation to move out on his own.
Okay. How are things going, sir?
Good.
Yeah. Looking for work now, or what?
Yeah, I'm working on it.
He works.
You are working, okay, very good. How often do you get seen at Common Pleas?
Once a week.
Once a week, okay. Well, you did your community service here and paid your fine, so since you're being supervised by them, I'm gonna conclude things here
Okay.
and let them supervise you. I don't need to be watching you too, so your case here is completed.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Congratulations. Edward McCoy.
May I approach you?
Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, it says he's compliant, so what I'm gonna do, I won't issue a warrant for him. I'll just go ahead and continue it to November the 6th. If you tell him he needs to be here then for his next, that'll be his next review hearing, it's November 6th,
Thank you, Your Honor.
9 o'clock. Tiffany West, 23-146. Tiffany West hasn't appeared, hasn't finished, so she gets a warrant. And that concludes the reviews. Next are the arraignments for new cases or old cases where there was a problem, like you missed a hearing or something, you'll get called. With those, if you let the clerk know, if you have a case you missed something on, let the clerk know you're here so you can get the warrant withdrawn and be called into court. So go check in with the clerk. If you're here for a new case, your name's going to be called. You have more than... Okay, we've got multiple cases, so I'm going to give everybody as a group your rights. You've heard this many times before, but make sure you understand what your rights are, and I'm happy to go over it with each person individually, but everyone that's in criminal court has a right to remain silent. What does that mean? You don't have to say anything. You don't have to give any explanation, say what happened, but if you do say things, it's all on the record. So if you get up and blurt out, and what we call an admission as a lawyer, you get up and admit you did what is alleged, that can be used against you by the prosecutor. You have a right to have an attorney. You have a right to have one appointed if you're facing a possible jail sentence and you can't afford a lawyer and you meet the criteria for a court-appointed lawyer. I can appoint a lawyer for you. You have a right to bail, to make the state prove any charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. If it's a misdemeanor, I'm going to ask you for a plea. That's your answer to the charge. You can enter not guilty, guilty, or no contest. Those are the three choices. Not guilty is always the safest plea you can enter. That preserves all those rights I just told you about. If you enter a guilty or no contest plea, you're waiving those rights. So don't enter guilty or no contest if you don't understand what's going on, or if you have questions, or you want to talk to a lawyer. If you don't know what to do, you should enter a not guilty plea. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Chad D. Campbell, case number CRB 22-814, TRC 22-2782, A and B.
All right, Chad Campbell is here, and this was a case set last week for a review hearing, it looks like, on a failure to control your vehicle charge.
Yes.
And also, it looks like an ODI.
Yes.
Do you admit you had missed the hearing last week?
Yeah, I called in and I was sick. I was throwing up all Thursday, and they told me just to come in Monday or Friday. And I tried to come Monday, but I forgot it was a holiday.
Okay. You did go to the driver intervention program, and it looks like you completed that.
And I paid all my fines today.
Okay. You just got to do your community service.
Yeah.
You can get 2 days credit for tomorrow.
Yeah. If my grandpa can bring me up here, I'll come up here. It's just trouble finding a ride.
Okay.
I'm about to get my license back now.
You live in Ironton?
Cold Grove, yeah.
Cold Grove, okay. It's not that far away.
Yeah.
Okay, get here tomorrow if you can and get 2 days in. You got 5 days total. That knocks out almost half of what you owe if you get in here tomorrow. But you got to do the 30 hours.
Yes, sir.
I'll set your next hearing for November 13th. Finish it up, get your community service done by then, you don't have to come back. November 13th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. I'll withdraw the warrant. There was one issue.
State of Ohio versus Dennis Allen Davis, case number TRD 21-3137, A and B. Dennis Davis. Dennis Davis.
Dennis Davis, come into court. He had a warrant issued for failure to appear for a pretrial. Okay, I'll pass it. They said he was here, but he's not here now.
He's here, Your Honor. He's handicapped.
Okay. This is Mr. Stratton's case, so we need Mr. Stratton to come in the courtroom. Mr. Stratton, this is your client, according to the record. He had a pretrial on April the 4th of 22, so over a year ago. I'm sure you don't have your file, so you can have the court's file. Talk with Mr. Davis when you're ready to bring it back up before the court, let the bailiff know.
Yes, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Philip M. Thacker, case number CIP 23607. Philip Thacker.
All right, Philip Thacker is here, and he has someone with him to help. Amy
Demet?
Demet?
Yeah.
Okay, and can you sign, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can sign the way I can sign, but I'm not fast at it.
But he can understand you?
Yeah.
All right, he had, and maybe you already understand this, but he has a failure to confine a dog.
Thing is, the neighbor keeps blaming me, but they don't realize their neighbors has dogs which have been torn up their trash and still on their shoes and etc. They keep blaming me because they think I'm the only one who has dogs. But my Great Pyrenees, there's plenty of Great Pyrenees. You have a witness who said there's a white dog torn up her trash.
Well, they didn't charge you, they charged him.
They charge me too. There's a summons for me too.
Oh, okay, do we have it?
And it's kind of ridiculous that he keeps blaming me. There's like 10 Great Pyrenees that runs my area, and mine's all in kennels and locked up.
The State of Ohio versus Amy Demet, case number CRB 23606.
All right, you are correct, there is a charge filed against you too,
Yeah.
23606. So you want to enter a not guilty plea? I think?
Yeah, because I think it's kind of stupid what he's doing. It's like,
All right, I'm going to enter a not guilty plea for both of you.
yeah, because he needs to stop blaming me.
Is Mr. Steyer there? Mr. Steyer, I'm going to use it like proves how old I am. Many years ago, I was cutting my grass on a Sunday, and my wife comes to the door and says, "There's a guy on the phone by the name of Bob Staker that wants to talk to you." I don't know if you know who Bob Staker is.
I don't.
Robert Staker, he was the U.S. District Court judge.
Oh, I thought you said a different
He
name.
said, "Don, it would be a great favor to the court if you would," this guy's name was Roger Rowe, "if you would represent him. I can't pay you for it." Now, in this case, I'm going to try to pay you, but maybe I'm not going to be able to because these are non-jailable offenses. But it would be a great favor to the court, Mr. Steyer, if you would undertake the representation of Ms. Demet and Mr. Thacker. I don't think there's a conflict of interest in representing both.
Okay.
So, and I'll be willing to let the state of Ohio pay you, although technically you probably shouldn't be paid.
I don't
Because it's
believe,
not jailable.
unless there's something I can put on the form that says it's jailable, I won't be paid. So,
All right.
even if I try
I'm
to.
entering a not guilty plea. It'll be part of your pro bono publico obligation that you're doing. You can report that to the bar. Not guilty pleas are entered on their behalf. If you think there's a conflict in representing both of them, let me know, and we'll draft Mr. Scott to get in here and help you too.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. When do you want to come back?
Whenever. I just,
Sorry.
he looked at me, but he looked
I'm
at
here all the upcoming court dates, so soonest convenient date.
How about the 13th, or rather the 3rd of November?
I'm on the docket, Your Honor.
Pre-trial November 3rd at 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
No bond required.
Okay.
It's non-jailable offenses.
So I'm gonna get your files and come out, just wait for me in the lobby for a
Sure
minute.
thing.
Okay, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Dennis Allen Davis. Case number TRD 213137A and D on the recall.
All right, we need Mr. Stratton back in the courtroom.
All right, Your Honor, I'm speaking with the prosecutor, and we'll probably
Okay.
need the prosecutor on this.
Good morning, Mr. Ashworth. I just see you now. Do you have a case that we can get moving for you this morning, sir?
Good morning, Judge. I wondered, you tell us.
Well, you're dating yourself because nobody else looked at me like, who the heck is Robert Staker? They don't even know who that is. So, yeah. Great judge.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, we'll try to get it up here in a few minutes so we can get you on your way. Mr. Schrack,
Yes, Your Honor, sorry.
how do you want to proceed here?
Your Honor, he did fail to appear a year ago, so we'll admit to that failure to appear, but we'll also plead, I believe it's a driving under suspension and a speed, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, we'll plead to both, Your Honor, ask for just,
Does he have his license back? or
he
what?
does, yes.
Okay, great.
Yes, he does. So,
Any explanation that he wants to make about what happened or the non-appearance previously?
Your Honor, not to go into too many details, but it's medical.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
State take any position on sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
All right, well, you need to slow down. I have. Pretty high over the speed limit. So on the speed, I'm going to impose a $100 fine. On the driving under suspension, what'd you have to do to get reinstated?
Just go get my license back?
Did you have to retest and everything?
No, sir.
Okay, and everyone's satisfied that he is reinstated, I'll dismiss that. It's a more serious charge anyway. I'm going to dismiss that, the driving under suspension, give you a $100 fine and court costs on the speed, and I'll give you a final pay date. So what that means is, I'm giving you till January the 9th to pay your fine and court costs. If you haven't paid it by then, we're going to send it on to the B&B and they'll suspend your license for not paying it, but you've got several months to get it taken care of.
Thank you.
Any questions, sir?
No, sir.
I'm not putting you on probation or anything like that, I'm just going to give you that time. Get it done before January the 9th, and you'll be good. After that, it's going to be a problem.
All right, sir.
all right. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Tina M. Wells, case number CRD 141276, TRD 13688, A and B.
All right, Tina Wells is here today. He had a review hearing on Friday.
Tuesday, Your Honor.
Tuesday, that's right, Tuesday, the 10th. Okay, and you missed that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You had a reason for missing?
The only reason I had is I honestly did not have a ride, and I live outside of town.
Okay. You've done your community service, you're working on your fines.
Yes,
You have
sir.
a payment today.
No, sir, I did some community service, and I'll do the 2 days tomorrow.
Okay, and it's going to be in Scotttown.
Yes.
Talk to Mr. Cooper, maybe you can make arrangements just to meet him there rather than drive in here, go back out to Scotttown, come back here, and then go back to Scotttown.
I will.
If you live out there, it would make sense that you could just meet them there wherever they're going to do this service.
Okay.
So I'll set your next hearing for November the 13th. Get things done and you can come to these hearings. November 13th, 9 o'clock.
All right,
No
thank you.
warrant to be issued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Dylan Austin Wilson, case number CRP 23615 and CRP 231492.
And sir, are you Dylan Austin Wilson?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Wilson, it's alleged that you, on October the 12th at 4:02 a.m., were in possession of marijuana. That's a minor misdemeanor, maximum penalty is a $150 fine. And that you were driving a vehicle at a speed of 70 and a 55. Also a minor misdemeanor, so neither one of these are jailable offenses. That's the good news. Do you understand the charges?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead?
No contest.
That means you're not fighting it and you agree the court can find you guilty if I think there's enough evidence to convict you. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Officer says, I have a report from the officer. Says October 12, 4:02 a.m. I was sitting stationary at the crossover US 52, milepost 16. I observed a vehicle going west above the 55 mile an hour speed limit. Checked the speed at 80. Proceeded to check the vehicle speed as he decelerated. I caught up with the vehicle, slowed down to approximately 55. I made a traffic stop, approached the vehicle. Driver was identified as Dylan Wilson. I could smell a strong odor of cologne, and there was a cologne bottle laying in the passenger seat. I asked the driver for his license, registration, proof of insurance. Advising for the reason to stop, asking why he sprayed so much cologne in the vehicle. He said he was tired, was just trying to get home from work in Charleston. I advised the driver that individuals use cologne to mask the smell things they're trying to hide. Asking if there was anything in the vehicle he was trying to hide. Admitted he had a little bit of marijuana in the car, handed me a small black bag containing marijuana from the center console. Asked him to step out of the vehicle, to go to the front of the patrol car. After giving Miranda rights, searched his person. He had some marijuana on his shirt, and he stated that he was getting pulled over and threw marijuana that was given to him by a friend. After performing a search, I placed him back in the patrol car, searched the vehicle. I located marijuana under the passenger seat. Decided for a speed and possession of marijuana. Apparently he didn't make you were under the influence, but he could have cited you for that if he thought you were under the influence. Okay, anything you want to say?
No, sir.
Okay, on the speed, $100 fine, court costs. On the possession of marijuana, $100 fine. No extra court cost, just one court cost. So, again, I'll do this like I did the previous gentleman that had the traffic. I'm going to give you a final pay date of January 9th because I'm not giving you community service or probation or anything like that. You've got a date till January the 9th to pay your fines and court costs. If you pay them before then, it's all good. After that, it'll be a problem because we will send it on to the BMV for license forfeiture. You understand?
Yes, sir.
If you want a copy of the judgment entry, you can get it from the probation office, or, we're online, so if you want to see your case anytime, you can put your name in a record search and it'll show you what you have to do. If you want a copy of it, you can get it from the probation office, which is to the left as you leave. If you want to pay your fines, you can go to the clerk's office and pay them today or anytime after today. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, that finishes the arraignments we have. We'll probably have some more as we go along, but we're ready to start some trials now until we get more arraignments.
State of Ohio versus Wesley L. Collins, case number TRC 231145, A and B. Wesley Collins did not check in, Your Honor.
It's Mr. Holt's case. Mr. Holt here.
Yes, sir.
Morning, Mr. Holt.
Morning, Your Honor. How are you?
Better than I deserve. Wesley Collins.
Yes, Your Honor. This was I was just speaking with Ms. Waldo about it. This was something that Mr. Hill and I were exchanging discovery.
It's an OBI with a breath test.
Yes.
Any idea where Mr. Collins is today?
Yes, Your Honor. This, I believe Mr. Hill and I were anticipating working it out, and we were just exchanging discovery. That was the purpose of this.
Oh, so you agreed
Yes.
you didn't need to be here today?
Yes.
So how do you want to proceed?
Your Honor.
Yes. $300. All right. State does not feel it has sufficient evidence to go forward with this case, so it's going to be nolly.
State of Ohio versus Travis R. Valero, case number CRB 23435.
Your Honor, this is a case that we probably just need to continue until Mr. Hill's here, something that he was looking into.
Okay, do you have a preference when you come back?
No preference.
Whatever works for the court, Your Honor, if we're probably within the next couple of weeks, if that's okay.
The 3rd, I'm looking in November, the 3rd, the 9th, the 13th, the 6th is already pretty busy.
Would the 3rd work? The 6th is the day before Election Day. That'll be a rough day.
Okay. 3rd's fine. November 3rd will be the next hearing, pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Eric D. McGuire, case number CRB 23541.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. It's Mr. Scott's case set for pre-trial.
That's correct, Judge. First pretrial we arraigned here on Monday. I just got discovery from the state a couple of days ago. We were getting some discovery together ourselves, so we'd asked to maybe come back in 2 weeks on this. I'm here on the 27th already, if that works with the court.
Okay, let me check it and see. The 30th would be, are you here on the 30th?
Give me just 1 second, Judge.
Okay.
Actually, if you want to recall this in a second.
We'll recall it later in the docket.
State of Ohio versus Donald Williamson, case number CRB 23384. Yeah.
This is Mr. Holt's case set for pre-trial.
Yes, Your Honor, this matter is just coming back because Mr. Williamson needed to pay court costs. The cross filing had already been dismissed. Mr. Williamson said he was attempting to work community service towards that, but
I worked it yesterday, Your Honor. It was just a matter of $50.
Okay. Is that what was owed, was the 50 or?
Yes, sir.
I believe so. That's all it showed.
All right, so case is dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Daniel L. Cox, case number TRC 23-495, or CRA 23-495, TRC 23-1103.
This is Mr. Smith's case, Daniel Cox.
Not long ago. I don't think he's here, Your Honor, but I also contacted our outpatient office about his compliance, and he has only been seen once by them on August 23rd, and he's never returned, so.
And this is he has an OVI, and I believe there was a felony.
In a possession, Judge, yes.
Felony possession charge.
You're correct.
It's up to the state if you want a warrant from this court or send it on to the grand jury for consideration of indictment.
I'm thinking, I could be wrong, but I was thinking he pled to the OVI when we.
My notes indicate that he pled and we were holding
Yeah, it
sentencing.
wasn't sentencing on the 29th.
I would ask for a warrant issue in 7 days, and I will try to locate him.
State's position.
That's fine.
Okay, will be a warrant issued.
He has a warrant on 08-425.
Okay, he has an old case that he hasn't completed also, so he'll have double warrants. He gets a warrant on 23-495. That, make sure it's issued on the felony, because that'll make it out-of-state valid warrant. So
I'll try to locate him, Judge. See what I can do.
So you'll have a warrant on both cases.
State of Ohio versus Shelby N. Rodriguez, case number CRB 23-396, PRC 23-816, A, B, and C. Shelby Rodriguez. Should not check in, Your Honor.
Betting 1,000 the wrong way today. Judge, he has shown up in the past. He does have a OVI opinion in Ironton Municipal Court. I don't know if he's got his dates mixed up or what, but if they weren't issues, I would ask it be held until next Friday so I can get a hold of him. We had an offer from the state. I was hoping we could resolve it, but without him here, I can't do that.
Okay, he has 7 days to appear before a warrant will issue.
I'll get a hold of him.
State of Ohio versus Christina Dawn Webb, case number CRB 23-586.
This is Mr. Smith's case.
It is, Judge. This is our first pretrial. I just obtained the discovery this morning. I would like to come back and talk to my client about it. I can do it. Okay. I just know I've made a profit.
So when would you like to come back?
Judge, I'm here October 27th, 30th, or November 3rd.
30th is better for the court. Is there any time issues?
We'll wait time, Judge.
Okay, defendant's request case is continuing to October 30th for a pretrial at 10 o'clock.
Look at your schedule, figure time out next week.
Okay. Said October 30th?
Yeah, October 30th.
State of Ohio versus Marvin L. Wilburn, case number CRB 23-580.
Okay.
This is Mr. Morford's case, and we have Special Prosecutor Mr. Ashford, who is appearing by teleconference, and this matter is set for a pretrial today.
Yes, Your Honor. On behalf of the state of Ohio, Mr. Mulford has issued discovery to us as recently as case was recently assigned. I spoke to the victim. I'm going to make 3 hours to Mr. Mulford. I'll let him give the discovery responses first so he can decide whether it's a good offer or not. So if we could just reset this for a couple of weeks, I think we'll probably tell him.
Okay, Mr. Morford.
That's agreeable with us, Judge.
Okay, how about the 30th of November? Is that a good date? Oh, I'm sorry, of October, October 30th, not November.
That's fine, Your Honor.
And what's good I can set this, let's say at noon, if that's better for you, or?
Judge,
Yes.
I can't do it then. I've got a trial
That's a
inside the
bad day
county.
for Mr. Morford, so how about November 3rd?
That's good, I'm here then.
I can make that work. Anytime you want to set it for, whatever the meeting is for.
Let's make it for noon, so Mr. Ashworth doesn't have to hang around so long. November 3rd, noon for a pretrial. Anything else?
Not here, Judge, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ashworth.
State of Ohio versus Matthew White, case number CRB 23576, A and B. Matthew White.
Matthew White is Mr. Smith's case.
Yeah, Judge, he's the fellow who was trying to go to that outfit in Williamson with his wife, but then we didn't want to do that. I think Taylor said Bethesda could take him, if I'm recalling
Your Honor, correctly. he is with Bethesda, and he is, I'm sorry.
No, he's fine.
He is on his way here, but he's compliant with everything. He has an ankle monitor on. We have his wife in the other house in treatment. That was his big concern. So he,
All right, so, because there had been some issues with him, is that he settled down now? And
yes, there had been some, he's very unruly, wanting to leave every single day. And the issue when we brought him in here and on that unscheduled day was that his wife was still out there using. So that day, as I promised, I went and picked her up and put her in treatment. So now he's calm.
Okay. All right, so, and he's inpatient then?
He is. Mhm.
Both are inpatient?
They are.
Well, and he's doing well, so why don't we come back in approximately another month?
I could
Monitor
do-
how he's doing.
Friday, the 17th of November, could that work?
Yes. November 17 for a pretrial, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Can we change that?
Yeah. I was just trying to find something to mark out.
We're actually going to have a jury trial that day. 23-576. So, yeah, we're supposed to have a jury trial in the afternoon, so I want to try to keep that docket light.
Sure.
How about some other day in November?
I could do Monday, the 20th.
20th, that's better.
Okay.
November 20th.
November 20th. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, we're going to go to the jail for some arraignments and other hearings. By teleconference.
State of Ohio versus Damian Fox at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 23307, A and B.
Okay, case number 23307, Damian Fox, and we're waiting on the jail.
Judge, what caused him to come into custody?
I think there may be new charges too,
New.
and a warrant for failure to appear here. He had a hearing here, according to the record, September 1st for pretrial that he failed to appear for.
Your Honor, I think he was also at Cardinal and left. He was discharged.
Yes. What he has here is a domestic violence, 2 counts of domestic violence. Okay, there's going to be a minute for them to get him on screen, so we're going to go ahead and do another case, probably.
State of Ohio versus William LaSalle, case number CRB 23452.
Stratton's case.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I believe that the state is going to volley this case. I believe that's
It's my understanding we're going to check with the complaining party and see if they wanted to continue.
It's, oh, she's here. Okay. Okay, great. Would you like to come up here?
You don't need anything, we just want to dismiss it.
Okay. Your Honor, it's my understanding there haven't been any further issues. I think it's been since July at this point, so I believe the victim is okay with this case being dismissed at this time.
And you're Terry?
Yes.
Okay, nobody's pressured you or anything to say this?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Has anybody threatened you to say this today?
No.
Okay, this is what you wanted to do of your own free will?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means the protection order is going to be dropped also?
Right.
All right, case will be dismissed at the complaining party's request.
All right. That's it. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus William Alexander, case number TRC 23-1293, A, B, and C.
Mr. Schrack's case set for pretrial. Like he's entering into some counseling outpatient.
Yes, Your Honor. He has expressed interest. He has an assessment scheduled.
And this is operating a motor vehicle after consuming alcohol underage.
It is, Your Honor. And then, that's the driving privilege. I'm looking at only a 90-day suspension. Your Honor, maybe approach for a second?
Yes.
We want to do the minimum license suspension of 90 days, and I just believe it could be 2 years. So we'll go ahead and plead no contest, get that out of the way, okay? Your Honor, we'll plead no contest to the driving under 21 OVI.
There's a lane violation and something else to the C case. Distracted driving.
Distracted driving. We pleaded the lanes too, also, and the distracted driving. I just asked that those be just small fines. But I asked for a minimum on everything, especially on the license suspension. It's 90 days, so I just asked for a minimum on that.
All right, Mr. Alexander, do you agree with what your attorney has represented to the court?
Sir.
Do you have anything you want to say? No?
No, you have to speak out. No, you don't have to.
sir.
All right, I'm going to accept your, is there a stipulation to finding you guilty then? Or?
Yeah, there's stipulation of guilt.
Okay, I'm not going to read the report then.
No, we'll waive
I've been
standing
told
facts.
that there's no aggravating circumstances here. So, I'll impose a $65 fine, order you to pay the court costs, 90-day license suspension. That'll start the date of the incident, so you've already got a little over a month in on your suspension. 5 days in jail, 5 days suspended. I'll change the community service will be 12 hours, so if you come out tomorrow, you can knock that all out in one day, because you'll get 12 hours credit for tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And that one lady, that Wells lady, lives in Skytown, I told her to talk to you about this meeting out there rather than come here and then go back.
Well, Your Honor, I'm gonna have her do her community service here.
Okay. There's no requirement to do driver intervention program on this.
No.
So you can take that out. No dip school. Not.
I have to do good on fines. 2 years level 4, Your Honor.
We can make it level 5.
Level
2 years
five.
of level 5 probation.
Okay.
Just means it's non-reporting except for your review hearing, which I will make April the 12th. So if you get everything finished before April 12th, you don't have to come in of next year. If you haven't finished it, you got to come in for a hearing at 9 a.m. that day.
Yes, sir.
Just get it done. You got plenty of time to get everything done.
Yes, sir.
You'll need to meet with the probation officer before you leave today.
All right.
And that's it.
Thank you, Your Honor. So there's the probation, okay?
On the lane violation,
Oh,
a
yes.
$10 fine, and $10 fine on distracted driving also.
All right, there you go. Go with probation right over there.
State of Ohio recalled Damian Fox at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRB 23307 A and B.
All right, Damian Fox is at the jail, hearing by teleconference. Mr. Morford is his attorney on 23307. There may be new charges, I don't know.
Your Honor, I've been told that there is a holder from the adult parole authority.
Okay, there's a holder from Adult Parole Authority. The allegation is he had a pending case here on 2 charges of domestic violence. He was at Cardinal for treatment, inpatient, left that facility without court approval, has had a warrant outstanding since 1st of September before the court now. I'm sure you haven't had a chance to talk with him yet, Mr. Morford.
No, Your Honor.
So you are reappointed to represent Mr. Fox. Do you want to talk to him today and then have it recalled, or?
I think we should, Judge, if you don't mind.
All right,
Please.
Mr. Fox, and we'll have Mr. Morford call down and talk to you, and then we'll have you back on teleconference after that's happened, so. Okay.
Thank you, Judge. I'm going to call you right now.
So if they can leave him out, his lawyer's going to call down and talk to him now.
State of Ohio versus Timothy Henry, case number CRA 23614, and Corey Little is on deck.
Timothy Henry, is that you, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Henry, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake. That's where this matter is filed. It is what's called a Rule 4 hearing under Ohio law. And what that means is the allegation is that you have a warrant in another jurisdiction within the state. And you have a right to a hearing whenever that county does not touch the county where you're located. You have a hearing to make sure we're sending the right person to the jurisdiction where they say they have a warrant. And you have a right to have an attorney represent you at that Rule 4 hearing. If you can't afford one, I can appoint a lawyer for you. It's alleged that there's a warrant for you out of Ross County Common Pleas Court. Ross County is Chillicothe. That's the county seat for Ross County. And it's alleged that you failed to appear for a child support contempt hearing in Ross County back in January the 10th. The warrant wasn't issued till June 21st, but the hearing was January 10th of 2023 that you failed to appear for a hearing. They issued a warrant for you in June, and it looks like you just now got arrested on the warrant. So here's how we can proceed. If you want a lawyer here, I can appoint you one. The only thing that's going to be an issue in this hearing is whether you are the Timothy L. Henry being sought by Ross County, and if there's good reason for me to send you to that county on this warrant. It won't be about whether you did or didn't pay your child support. That's for that court up there to determine. Do you want to have a hearing about whether you should be returned to Ross County, or do you want to waive that and agree to go to Ross County? Okay. Are you employed, sir, or what's your work status?
Yeah, I'm employed.
Where do you work?
Commercial waste out of Ohio.
Okay, since you're working in an effort to get you back to work, I'm going to set bond at $5,000. So here's the way that works. If you've got $5,000 you can post with the court, I'll let you out with an order that you go turn yourself in Ross County. I'll give you some time in which to appear. If you cannot post the $5,000 yourself, I'll let you use a bail bondsman. So you have to pay them a fee, you lose that fee, but then they're guaranteeing your appearance, and if you don't show up, then they're going to come hunt you down, take you to jail for not appearing. Do you want to try to post the bond, or do you want, the other option is I can just order Ross County authorities to come pick you up and give them a time frame in which they have to do that. Okay? All right, so you want to talk to a bail bondsman today then?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll make that happen. So if you can post it, you think you can do it today?
Possibility.
All right, so I'm going to have a bail bondsman, because I'm not going to order Ross County to come get you if you're going to get out on bond. So I need to find out whether you can post bond or not. So we'll have a bail bondsman contact you, and after that happens, I'll recall you before the court. So I'll let the bail bondsman know you want to talk with him. And then we'll recall you after you talk with him.
Okay.
So this case will be recalled. I'm texting. Take a copy of the warrant and send it to the bail bondsman. He'll let me know if he can post it, or will post it.
State of Ohio versus Corey Little, case number CRA 23617, CRA 23625A and D.
All right, and this is Mr. Steyer. I believe you're representing Mr. Little. He's got new charges. Did we arrange him on those Tuesday, or?
I believe we did, waive reading and
The one that's on the screen, you can see the FI.
Oh, the theft we did. I think it was for the destruction of the ankle monitor.
I didn't realize there was another new charge, Your Honor.
There's a theft offense now.
Is that also a felony or is it a misdemeanor, Your Honor? In that case, then, we would waive reading of that charge.
It's a felony 5 theft involving Dean Campbell, who was the owner of a credit card.
Probably be most efficient to deal with all of these at once. We were set for preliminary hearing today. I think we would still on Monday be within our time frame on preliminary hearing. So, but I don't know if the state can have a witness ready by Monday. But I said still within our time frame of preliminary hearing on the other matters.
Yeah, this one's going to be, this was just filed today, and it's allegedly happened on October the 10th, so we've got till the 20th on it, at least. I don't know when he came into custody.
Well, he came into custody prior to Tuesday. That was when we got the video, or there was a photograph that was sent of him. I think that was sent on Monday or Tuesday.
Riding shotgun with Mr. Sauer.
Yes, so that's when he came into custody. But if he's not been, I think this is measured from service date.
Okay.
So, but at any rate, if we could come back, I don't know, if the state believes they can have a witness ready Monday, we could do this, we could do everything on Monday. I don't know if Friday of next week is within the time frame or not.
We will certainly try to have somebody here by Monday.
Okay, we'll just reschedule it. I'm going to
I would ask the same bond cover everything. Still.
$25,000 cash or surety will cover this charge also. Mr. Steyer is appointed on the new charge. Set everything for preliminary hearings on Monday, which is October 16th. And pre-trials on all the old stuff, that's misdemeanors.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, he's got some old felonies and there's a mix of felonies.
I believe there's at least a misdemeanor that's still pending. Some of that stuff I think is on review,
Yes,
but I don't think everything is on review from the older cases either.
correct. October 16th will be the next hearing.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Harold S. Moore, case number 23-550, and case number TRC 23-1259, A, B, and C. Andrea Ross is on deck.
Okay, we need Harold Moore next.
Harold Moore.
We're done with Corey Little.
Just my number is that there's,
I don't need it. I
Well-
need it, your attorney.
he don't have one.
This case got dismissed. I got it. His attorney didn't know what he said.
Judge Capper.
Yes, sir.
I apologize, he was pulled out of rotation. He's back in the second one.
Okay. So you got her ready? We can go to her.
Andrea Ross.
Andrea Ross is who we have next. Okay. Who do you have there?
Donald Pace.
Okay, we've got his file.
State of Ohio versus Donald R. Pace, case number CRA 23-618.
Sir, are you Donald Riley Pace?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pace, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake. This is where your charges are filed right now, and this hearing is what's called an arraignment hearing. The purpose of this hearing is to tell you what the charges are, set bond, set the next hearing dates, assign counsel, those kind of things. So you have a right to remain silent today. You don't have to make any statements. If you choose to make statements, though, it's being recorded. It can be used against you, whatever you say. You have a right to have an attorney appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail and to make the state prove any charge filed against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand these charges? I'm sorry, do you understand these rights?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, the charge against you is aggravated trafficking in drugs. Case number is 23-618. And that charge alleges that at Union Township on September the 20th of 2023, you knowingly prepared for shipment, did ship, transport, deliver, or distribute methamphetamine, which is a controlled substance, and that you had more than 5 times the bulk amount, less than 50 times the bulk amount. And that you knew or had reason to know that this methamphetamine was intended for sale or resale. So that's a felony of the second degree. The maximum penalty is 8 years in jail and a $15,000 fine. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer to represent you?
No, sir.
Do you have a job?
Yeah.
What do you do?
With the roosters, honey.
Are you paid by the hour?
I'm a cook. Yeah.
How much?
I just started.
How much were you being paid?
12.
Okay, you're eligible for court-appointed counsel. Then I'm going to appoint Mr. Smith to represent you. I have a note that the state wants a $50,000 bond.
That is correct, Your Honor.
I'll set bond at $50,000, cash or surety. This was filed on the 13th. filed today, so we could do the preliminary on the 23rd.
Actually, if I can't, Judge, I'm going to be in coma, please, I could do the 20th.
Okay, we'll set it
A week
for
from
October
today.
20th.
Okay, I can do that.
October 20th for a preliminary hearing. 10 o'clock. If you want me to reconsider bond, I'll do that later in the docket.
I will call and speak to him. If he thinks he can make a bond, I'll have recalled. If not, then I'll be, I'm going to call you at the jail here shortly, okay? We'll talk.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all for now.
Thanks, Kevin.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Harold Moore, case number TRC 231259, A, B, and C, and case number CRB 23550. Andrea Ross is on deck.
Sir, are you Harold S. Moore?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Moore, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake. This is your arraignment hearing. You've got two matters, case number 23550 and 231259. In 23550, it's alleged that on August 31st of this year, in Fayette Township, you purposely deprived Marathon of property without their consent. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. The maximum penalty, looks like it was some merchandise from a gas station convenience store. Maximum penalty for this is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. Then you've got a traffic charge also. 231259 is a traffic matter. Traffic charge. That is an allegation that on September the 2nd of 2023 at 5:15 a.m. in Perry Township, you were driving a vehicle while you were under the influence of alcohol or drugs, that you refused to take tests, that it's a first offense. On a first offense, the maximum you face is 6 months in jail, $1,075 fine, and a 3-year license suspension. The minimum penalty you face is 3 days in a treatment program, $375 fine, and a 6-month license suspension. You're also charged with driving without a license. That's what's called an unclassified misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 500 hours community service, $1,000 fine. And it's alleged you did not use a turn signal when making a turn. That's a minor misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is $150 fine. So those are the charges against you. Do you understand those charges?
Yes, sir. I have a question. I was in Gallia County, and I didn't mean to miss court. I would have never missed court. Like, they had me up there as I was somebody else in Gallia County. I just was worried about the failure to appear that I had.
Yeah, you actually, on this OVI charge, you were cited to be in court on September the 8th and failed to appear on that day.
Yeah, I was arrested in Gallia County on the 7th, and it took me 11 days to get to who I was. They thought I was somebody else, and had charges on me that weren't mine. I would have never missed court. I would have been in court. I would have never missed court.
Okay, I have an address for you of 103 Township Road, 130A, Chesapeake. Is that right?
Yes, sir, it is.
Who do you live there with?
My wife.
What's the state's position on bond for Mr. Moore?
We wouldn't impose an OR bond, Your Honor.
Okay, the state's going to agree to you signing a signature bond.
Okay, sir.
Do you wish to be considered for a court-appointed lawyer?
Yes, sir, please.
Are you working?
No, I probably lost my job since I had me in Gallia County. So I probably lost my job. I wasn't very sure right now.
where have you been working?
We're working for a tree service called CNA.
Okay. Where's that located?
In South Carolina. She's probably going to be pretty mad though because the way they made the keys is out with that person and it took a while to figure out what the keys. She's probably mad.
Okay, I'm gonna let you sign a $2,000 signature bond. So as long as you show up, you don't have to post the money. You don't show up, then you'll have a warrant and then you'll have to pay the $2,000.
Yes, sir, I will be there.
And since you haven't been working, I'm going to go ahead and appoint counsel for you. Mr. Scott, I'll appoint you.
Thank you, Judge. Sir, how do I get a hold of you?
You can take my wife's phone number down. It's 740-285-7476. Leave a text message because we live back in the holler, so it's not going to come right through.
Sure.
What's your wife's name?
Constant Moore.
Okay.
Very well.
Let's see. I could do the 30th of October or thereafter.
It'll have to be after that, Judge. November 3 is open for me.
Let me check. I think that's okay. Let me check. All right, I'm going to set the next hearing for November 3rd, Mr. Moore. So that's the first Friday in November. You got to be at the court in Chesapeake. Do you know where the court is located?
Yes, sir. I'll be County Road Board.
Yes, sir. So be here then. Talk with your lawyer before then, and then show up for your hearing. And you won't have to post any money.
Okay. Can you ask my lawyer to go ahead and send a text to that number?
I will contact your wife, yes. Yep.
Okay, that's all.
State of Ohio versus Andrea M. Ross, case numbers 23-616 A and B. Damian Fox is on deck.
Andrea Ross. Ma'am, are you Andrea Ross? Ms. Ross, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court, which is located in Chesapeake, Ohio. This is where your charge is filed. I have an address for you, 2432 Edgemont Road, Huntington. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. Everything you say is being recorded, though, so if you blurt out something that is incriminating, the state can use it against you. You have a right to have a lawyer, to have one appointed if you can't afford one. And you have a right to bail and to make the state prove this charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand all those things?
Yes.
Okay, the charge is trafficking in drugs. It alleges that on October the 9th of this year, you prepared for shipment, shipped, transported, delivered, distributed heroin, a Schedule I controlled substance. This says a felony 5. Is that correct? No, it should be felony.
Your Honor, I believe there's an A and B charge.
The B case
Yeah.
is the 5 and the A case is the F2.
Okay. All right. The charge I just quoted to you is a felony 5, so the maximum penalty for that is a year in jail, $2,500 fine. Then you've got another charge which is more serious, 23-616A. And that alleges on October the 9th, by any means you administered or furnished another with a controlled substance, and that caused serious physical harm to that other person, or caused them to become drug dependent. So that charge is corrupting another with drugs. That's a felony of the 2nd degree, maximum penalty 8 years in jail, and a $15,000 fine. You understand these two charges? You understand the charges, ma'am? Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
Yes.
You're gonna hire your own, you wanna hire your own lawyer?
Can I get one to open it to me, momentarily, please?
Have you been working? Do you have any money saved?
Yes,
How much do you have saved?
$22,000.
Okay, well, you've got enough money to hire a lawyer then. So, I'm not gonna appoint counsel for you. You have a right to have a preliminary hearing, and we'll set that. So we should set that for the 20th also, October 20th? What's the state's position on bond for her?
Your Honor, we would ask for a $50,000 cash or surety bond.
Okay, I'm going to set a bond at $50,000, cash or surety. Your next hearing is going to be October 20th at 10 o'clock at the court in Chesapeake. I'm putting down that you will hire counsel. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
Will I be staying here at this facility?
You'll have to post a bond. Do you want to talk to a bail bondsman? You can use a bail bondsman to post your bond. You've got a $50,000 cash or surety, which means you can use a bail bondsman, and that usually costs you 10%. So $5,000 probably gets you out. But if you don't show up for a hearing, then the bail bondsman's going to track you down because they don't want to pay the $50,000. They'll go to great lengths to get somebody on a $50,000 bond. So you want to talk to the bail bondsman? Okay. We'll make arrangements to have that happen. You've got to be in court October the 20th unless you hire a lawyer that tells you they've made arrangements for a different date. Okay, you understand? Okay, that's all.
State law recalls Damian Fox, case number CRB 23307A and B.
All right, Mr. Morford, you had a chance to talk with Mr. Fox?
Yes, Judge, I have. I've also gotten some information since I got off the phone with him that I'd like to relay to you and to Mr. Fox. I had Susie go over to the adult probation office, Judge. He apparently has charges out of Franklin County. They are aggravated assault and F4 and an attempted weapons while under disability, another F4. They apparently have a warrant out for him. APA has a holder on him, but they're not going to do anything until they see what Franklin County does and what this court does with the charges pending here. When we hung up, Mr. Fox asked me if he could resolve this here by just going to prison. I explained to him this is just a misdemeanor, but I don't know how the state would proceed. considering he's got more serious problems elsewhere.
Does the state have an offer for Mr. Fox? These are 2 misdemeanor domestic violence charges, and
Your Honor, it's my understanding the last time that Mr. Fox was here, the agreement was that he would go to treatment, and if there were no further issues, then we would dismiss the charges here.
yeah, and he did go to treatment, and actually he did pretty good for a while, and then he left treatment without court approval.
He says it got to be too much for him, Judge, but he would like to go back to Cardinal.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
I understand
You're gonna have to go up to Franklin County and take care of whatever's pending up there.
Understood, Judge.
So he'll have to plead that up there, I don't know how that'll fly. This was family members, because it looks like the, Renee Fox is his mother. So I don't know if she would want to continue with this or want it dismissed.
Your Honor, the last contact we had with the victim, who is Mr. Fox's mother, she did not wish for there to be any type of conviction. So it sounds like he's got bigger problems. So we'll just go ahead and dismiss the cases here.
All right, the cases here will be dismissed. That way he can go on to Franklin County and face whatever the charges up there. So the case here is not like. All right, Mr. Fox, you'll be going to Franklin County.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's it?
Yes, sir. We'll come back to the jail. We still have to deal with Mr. Henry, but we're not ready to yet. We're waiting on the bail bondsman to let us know if he can post bond. We don't have that information yet.
State of Ohio versus KCR Bartram, case number CRB 23513, CRB 23520.
I did.
Lindsay Higgins.
This is Mr. Stratton's case.
KC Bartram.
Any idea where Mr. Bartram is?
Apparently he's been here, I believe, Your Honor. KC Bartram.
You might be outside.
Okay, we'll recall it.
State of Ohio versus Kevin E. Conrad, case number TRC 231155.
Your Honor, I just received a video on this and the rest of discovery, so I'll just ask that this one be set for another pretrial in a couple of weeks. How's things going? Okay. All right. I've got the
We
video.
do October 30th?
Did you say October 30th?
Yes.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, you got a good report from RRS. Next hearing will be October 30th for pretrial, 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Eric D. McGuire, case number CRB 23541. Mr. Scott's case.
Judge, during the recess, I spoke with the prosecutor, my client. We've agreed to come back in 90 days, potential dismissal if there's no issues between my client and the alleged victim.
January 12th.
Let's do it.
January 12th for pretrial, 90 days. Is that with or without cost?
It'll be with cost.
That's agreeable. Okay, with costs. There is a protection order in place?
There is, Judge.
Okay, it will remain in place. January 12th, 24, it's 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Dolores Hill, case number CRB 23536, CRB 23568.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Where's Miss Hill now?
She's at YWCA shelter in Charleston. I believe you said last time that she was in treatment somewhere and she was having to show up.
Okay. And do you think that's an appropriate place for her?
I mean, I talked to her yesterday. She seemed like she said that she'd been on her medicine the past 3 days. She seemed like she was making sense when she talked. So, I mean, she seems like she's doing all right. I mean, I'm not there to see for sure, but she's talking a lot better now. And it seems like she's more alert where she's at and what she's doing. So,
How's the state want to proceed on this?
We would just ask for a continuance.
Okay. Another month?
That's fine.
Now, is she getting treatment at there, or is she just living at the YWCA?
she said that she was living there and getting treatment. So, like, I'm not there, so I'm not 100% sure.
I understand.
So, that's what she said. And like I said, she seemed like she was talking better and about what was going on and stuff. So.
Sounds like she's at least getting her medication, which is
that's
a big issue.
I mean, obviously when she's on her medication, she's a lot calmer. But I mean, she's not screaming and yelling.
And I think one of the reasons she ended up there is because she's pregnant, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're trying to find a place.
Trying to find a replacement with her being pregnant and having a high Medicaid.
All right, November 13 will be the next hearing.
That's fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Jessica B. Conley, case number CRA 23410, CRA 23411, CRC 239090.
Mr. Stiers' case.
Okay.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yeah.
The way you're talking, I'm not making it worse for you. You need to go inpatient. I'm not arguing about it. I'm not arguing about it.
Your Honor, Mr. Conley disagrees with the statement that he was under the influence when he called. I don't know that there's information to that, but there has been an issue with getting him scheduled. He has a meeting set for Monday with OVP for an assessment.
That's not what your words.
OVP Health and
on the
Outreach.
grand jury. Send him on to the grand jury.
I'm not understanding, sir.
What's going on to the grand jury, sir?
I'm not understanding why. I don't
I
have
said
a...
so. You're not being cooperative. Your case is going to the felony court. Not to the grand jury.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Stick around, I'll talk to you in a minute.
You're not in charge.
Stick around.
You want to stay in this court, you do what I tell you. You didn't do it, you're going on down to the common police court. Goodbye.
Just wait in the lobby for me, please.
State of Ohio versus Shannon Darby, case number CRB 1449, CRB 13963, CRB 1024, CRD 102349.
Do we have a report?
You didn't know, she just came to our program, and the coordinator, he's out of town on a golf tournament for the drive punk.
When did you come? What's your program? I'm sorry.
It's the Huntington Transitional Living.
Okay. Where did you come out of? Okay. Since we were here last, Your Honor, she has completed recovery point. She has entered.
She didn't complete.
Didn't complete.
No, I didn't complete.
Was transferred?
Yes.
Okay, was transferred to Huntington Transitional Living, which is a program I'm not familiar with prior to today. They don't have this is a representative of the program. What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Deidre Gilkerson.
She does not have a written report today because I guess the director is unavailable, hasn't been able, and Ms. Darby just got there. What I would suggest we do is come back at the earliest convenient date for the court
Does
with
she
the.
still have an ankle monitor?
Yes. Yes.
Have you been compliant with, I mean,
I was at Recovery Point. I'm not allowed to have a phone, but I've called Eddie and I've left messages. An email was sent over from Recovery Point. I just called the office this morning and we're about to leave here and go there right
When
now.
you say the office, what office do you mean?
Adult probation at Common Pleas.
okay.
Presumably-
If you go any further, I want you to do a urine screen, so let's
Okay.
do that.
Let's do that.
See where that is, and then I'll decide what.
Okay.
I also brought her
action we're gonna
medication
do.
because she's on a
I'm
script.
sorry.
I also brought her script too. with her.
Well, take that, go to the probation department over here and show them that.
Okay.
When you guys do that paperwork. So just go
Recall
on over
after we get your.
and we'll get you recalled.
Okay, okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Gavin Montgomery, case number TRC 23937.
It's Mr. Steyer's case, set for pretrial.
Your Honor, this is set for pretrial on a motion which I had filed earlier. I didn't have a chance to discuss it with Ms. Waldo in not in chambers, in the jury room. I don't know if she's familiar with the motion, which I assume she's not, since she's just in here substituting for Mr. Heald today. So we may need to come back on a date when Mr. Heald's here so that we can,
So this is supposed to be pretrial on the motion, right?
yeah. So might want to come back on a date Mr. Heald can be here.
Thirtieth,
Be available 30th. That works for us, Your Honor.
October 30th for pretrial motion,
I'm sorry, 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
State of Ohio versus Richard Dennison, case number CRB 23543 A and B. Mr. Morgan.
It's Mr. Morford's case, set for pretrial. In discovery, the man, how do you want to proceed, Mr. Morford?
Judge, if you don't mind, I'd like to continue this for a week or two when Mr. Heald's here. We have started discussions on how to resolve this and present an agreement to you, but we don't have anything firm yet.
October 30th?
I think, Judge, that's when they have a trial. Give me just a second.
Okay. November 3rd.
Yeah, yes, the 30th. I've got to be in Sauter County. 3rd, I'm here.
November 3rd. November 3rd for pretrial. 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Melissa Hardy, case number CRB 23585. Melissa Hardy. Melissa Hardy.
start counseling. It wasn't that long ago, so I'm sure she looked at it. So we probably need to submit a pretrial and then dismiss protections and counseling because the victim needs to have
Judge, we've reached an agreement. If it's okay with you, we'd like to let this case pin for a little while later. I believe that the alleged victim's going to ask you to drop the no contact order. They're interested in seeing her continue and finish her counseling before they make any moves as far as dismissal or wanting a plea from her.
Is she at RRS and PATH? Is that what she's in?
Very good.
What is that?
Where are you going for counseling?
Riverside?
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yes.
And what's your relationship now?
I'm her mother.
Okay. Are you happy with the way things are going there, or?
Yes, yeah, she's started counseling, so I think that that's what she's needing is counseling, so.
And you want to see that continue?
Yes, please.
And have the court monitor that for a while?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And I'm also in agreement to do the group counseling that she had mentioned in court last time.
Okay, very good.
Your Honor, this can be resolved, he said, in 2 days.
Okay. Do you know if she's compliant, or?
I have no idea, Your Honor. I'm gonna have to call and see.
Well, I'm going, Mom, do you think she's been compliant?
From what I understand, yes.
I mean, are you seeing a change?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that's good enough for me. You're the complaining party, and you're satisfied, and I'm satisfied. So continue on with your counseling. Let's come back in approximately a month. Are you available on the 13th of November, Mr. Morford?
I believe so, Judge. Give me one quick second.
Yes, and you want, your Tammy, you want the protection order dropped, correct?
Yes, I do. I want to be supportive of any help that she receives.
Okay, it's your request, that's dropped. November 13th, is okay?
Yes, Judge.
November 13th will be the next hearing for pretrial, 10 o'clock. Continue with your counseling.
Okay.
Your Honor, she just assessed this week, so we'll have her report for you next time she comes.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Bruce Maynard, case number TRC 231013, A and B.
All right, and Mr. Maynard did Mr. Morford's case, and he is not eligible for VA services. So.
Your Honor, we're seeing him through Bethesda, and we're going to offer services on a sliding fee scale. He assessed yesterday, and we're going to do, I believe, 5 and 2.
Okay. So the defendant's going to waive time. We're going to try the counseling for a while, Mr. Morford.
Yes, Your Honor.
Come back November 13th also for him on that. November 13th, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Shanna Darby. Shanna Darby.
Okay, her screen is appropriate.
So, Your Honor, we have her in a new facility. She's just gotten there. We don't have a written report. My thought would be to set a date at the first convenient court date to get back in here where we can have a written report and then kind of regroup from there and make further plans.
When can that be?
When do you think you could have a report ready?
Oh, whenever.
So just today, I think today just happened.
She got there, she's only been there for 2 days.
Yeah.
She has been assessed with Lodestar, which will have therapy and classes.
I'm doing an intensive outpatient, so I'm doing 9 hours a week of intensive outpatient.
November 3rd?
That should be fine, Your Honor.
November 3rd will be the next hearing, 10 o'clock.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls KCR Bartram, case number CRB 23513 and CRB 23520.
There you go.
Mr. Stratton's case,
Your Honor, I believe that the state is going to ask for a 90-day on this, and then if everything's okay, dismiss the case. So, I'll let you dismiss it.
is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
There's actually two, there's 520 and 513.
Yeah, once,
And the victim is present here
Yeah, we'll put that. I'll
and
let
wishes to drop the protection
and
order.
then the protection order's going to be dropped.
Is it, it's Lindsay, your late Lindsay?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct, ma'am? Anybody pressured you to say these things?
No.
You're okay with it?
Yes.
And you want the protection order dropped?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that'll happen. The drop of the protection order in both matters.
They just do it. But the protection order's been dropped, so that's good in the sense.
And then go out 90 days,
Yes.
January 12th
Yes.
next year.
During trial.
Be dropped then if the costs are paid and there's no further problems?
Correct.
Yeah. All right. You're good to go?
That's agreeable, Mr. Stratton?
It is, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Brian McLean, case number CRA 23584.
All right, Ryan McLean is here. He's posted a bond.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm showing that the warrant in Washington County is still active.
Yes, Your Honor. I just wanted to ask for an extension until Monday. I was able to get my medical stuff cleared up yesterday, and I'm set to turn myself in Monday morning, first thing. I just can't, where I'm a caretaker, I didn't want to not be able to bond out over the weekend.
Okay, I'll actually continue it for a week, so I'll set it for October 20th. If the warrant's withdrawn, by then you don't have to show back up. If it hasn't been withdrawn, you gotta show up here.
Okay.
October 20th. So
Okay.
a week from today, 10
Okay.
o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Willie Linville. This is a preliminary one. Case number CRA 23157, CRB 16350.
Mr. Holt's case.
Your Honor, Mr. Linville completed our program and is doing well. He's set up aftercare and making sure to continue with his mental health. He has asked, though, he has a DUI and he was wondering if this could count as a 3-day school. He did 6 months in Bethesda.
Where is that?
Out of Huntington, it's like
Oh.
7 years old.
That
would be here.
That's not up to me. You'll have to address the court over there. They ordered you to do that. You have a West Virginia driver's license?
I have a Louisiana driver's license. That was my issue with it. That I didn't know if you'd be able to send it to where my license were, saying that I completed it here, because I won't be able to go to Louisiana to have it done.
Yeah, that's not gonna be up to me since it's another jurisdiction.
Yes, sir.
So is this, how's the state want to proceed on 23-157? Is that a case you're wanting to dismiss, or? It was a possession of drugs.
Okay.
It wasn't F3, not an F4 or 5.
I believe the agreement was to dismiss upon completion of treatment. So if he is completed, then we would dismiss it at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. 23-157 is dismissed. Now, he still has an old case here, 16-350, that he'd already pled on, that he owes fines on court.
They're paid.
Paid,
All but the lawyer fee, I think.
yeah, he's got $25 he still owes on that.
Yes, sir.
So I'll just set it for a review hearing, December 1st. He pays that $25 by December 1st, he doesn't have to appear. That's on 16-350.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
23-157 is dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you all.
State of Ohio versus Christy L. Jordan, case number CRA 23549, CRB 23551.
This is on teleconference. It's Mr. Steyer's case.
Your Honor, Ms. Jordan is at Oxford House in Silver Spring. Well, where physically are you?
I'm in Florence, Kentucky.
Okay, so, all right. But I got an email from Courtney Fugit, of an outreach worker for Oxford House, saying that she is attending her required meetings, volunteering as she's able, and has been keeping up with her weekly equal expenses shared, which I think it has to do with paying her way through the programming. So I think we have a positive report at this point. This is going to be a long-term kind of thing that we're dealing with here. I think there's sort of a dual diagnosis situation here that we're working on. I don't know what sort of time frame the state and the court are looking at on this. This is probably not going to be a situation where we reach a point where we can say treatment has been completed due to the mental health aspect. But I think we're not at the point where even the substance abuse has been completed yet. So that's kind of where we stand.
Does she have a case in our common pleas too with Mr. Meadows?
I don't know if it's actually in common pleas yet. My understanding is that it was sent to the grand jury from Iron Municipal Court. But based on the timing, I would be surprised if it's been to the grand jury, and I would assume that's going to probably happen this month. And that may be something, once she reaches that point, we can maybe sort of shift her supervision to the common pleas court.
Okay. Swaldo, do you have any?
No, I would agree with Mr. Sire, so I would just ask that it be reset until we know more about what's going on in common pleas.
Do you know when the next grand jury is?
2 weeks.
So, week of the 26th and 27th, probably?
I think so.
Okay, so maybe the 3rd. I know we're sticking a lot on the 3rd, but that might be a good day to come back on this, so we might know where things are going.
All right, November 3rd will be the next hearing, preliminary hearing, 10 o'clock.
And I would assume she can still attend by video.
As long as she's in treatment,
Right.
she can continue to appear by teleconference.
So, do you guys know my next court date? Do I have to go to a different, do I have to see a different
you have a case that is going to go to a different court from this. I'm almost certainly not going to be your lawyer on that, so I've not been tracking it really. I don't have any good, they're not going to inform me when it happens. But that's why we're going to come back after the next grand jury, which is the date of the 3rd. And at that point, hopefully we'll know what's going on, and I can let you know what the details are if you've been set to go to court. It will either be, depending on which judge gets your case, Mr. Meadows may remain your counsel, or you could go to the other judge, in which case there's actually about a 20% chance I'd be your counsel. It's about 1 in 5. I may end up your lawyer on that, or I may not, but odds are against it. So back here, by video, November 3rd, 10 o'clock.
And stay in treatment, do what you've been doing. That's the best thing for your case here and the case that will be in the common police court.
That's correct. What you're doing now is going to help you there too.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Michael Tilley Jr., case number CRA 23165.
Mr. Steyer's case, come here.
Your Honor, I have an update from New Life Recovery on Mr. Tilley. I'm going to show this to the state. The back, the second page is a drug screen result. Yeah, you don't need that back, do you? Okay.
So he's not, he's out?
He's outpatient at New Life. You may recall that he resides in Jackson, Ohio, and we didn't know who we could find in Jackson, and we believed at the time that New Life had a Jackson office. We referred him to New Life. I've since found out, and I guess Mr. Holmes, who's the representative from Jackson, found out that, or I'm sorry, representative from Jackson, representative from New Life, found out that New Life has closed its Jackson office. So they have him going from Jackson to Gallipolis right now 3 days a week to attend his outpatient. He had raised the issue, and I guess they said, well, we need to make sure the court would be okay with it, but we would be. I spoke to Mr. Holmes, and he's okay with it. What Mr. Tilley would like to do, well, Mr. Tilley said, I'd like to switch to someplace in Jackson if I could. And I said, well, my problem with that is I don't know anyone in Jackson that I know is going to report to this court. I know New Life will report to the court. So I spoke to Mr. Holmes. Mr. Holmes said that they would be able and willing to accommodate Mr. Tilley attending 2 of his sessions per week via teleconference and 1 per week in person. So he's able to get there in person once a week, be able to screen and be seen in person. His other 2 he could do by video. Right now, it's putting a big strain on his family, getting him back and forth to Gallipolis 3 times a week, but they believe they could do it once a week without a problem. Mr. Holmes said he's okay with that, if the court's okay with that. I said, well, I'll raise it with the court this afternoon. So I just think that's a better solution than having him going in person to a place that we just don't know is going to report to us.
Okay. What I want to do, since he's outpatient, and I'm not as familiar with New Life, I'd like for him to do a urine screen here at the court.
That'd be fine, Your Honor.
And then come back
So,
as a condition of his
go with this
bond.
guy right here.
Do a urine screen and come back.
And we'll get back in here.
Okay, we're going to call sentencings now.
State of Ohio versus Alec R. Berry, case number TRC 23957 A and B. Also had a review, Your Honor, TRD 23292 A and B.
Correct, Your Honor.
Yes.
It's going good. Very good, Your Honor.
It's a good report. And I understand you also are getting some help at PATH.
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you think of their services, or is that beneficial to you?
They're good.
Because I have other folks going there, so I'd like to find out if it's helping.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
And that report's very detailed, Your Honor, so.
It is a good report. So I would say let's continue on with this and get further into it.
Yes.
Before we actually finalize things.
Okay.
You've got a good start.
Your Honor, I have a question.
Yes.
Is there any way that I could get, I'm not sure if I have a license suspension or any way I can get driving privileges for like work and school whenever I start to attend and
Let's see.
I should be
You should be
graduating
able to,
soon.
yeah, because it's a first offense. Actually, we could, Mr. Stratton, you did have proof of insurance, so yes, Mr. Stratton, if you want to prepare an entry.
I'll prepare an entry, Your Honor. Work, school.
Let's make it November 27th.
Yes, Your Honor.
Be your next hearing. Good job, keep it up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Don't leave.
Stay outside.
Yes, stay outside of
State of Ohio versus Naaman C. Cox, case number CRB 23569.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes. All right, is there anything closer to you, you still living in Patriot?
I do still live in Patriot, yes. I do not know anything available, I mean, as far as, not familiar with all that stuff. I think just about everything's roughly the same distance for me, kind of in the middle of everywhere and nothing at the same time.
And you don't have a driver's license?
No, sir.
All right.
We can offer inpatient services, but the problem with them getting to and from treatment causes an issue.
Are you working at all now, or what are you doing?
Yes.
Okay, it is, what he's charged with is a non-jail offense, so. I'm just gonna go ahead and give you a fine, court cost. I'll impose a $100 fine, court cost, and give you, level 5 probation with a review hearing April the 12th of next year. Pay it off by then, you don't have to come back.
Your Honor, I also was scheduled for a review today for other things that was from before.
Okay, I don't have those.
Should have gotten that folder.
I only have one folder. Okay, let's have a seat and we'll find those. I don't have those files.
This is that one.
Name and copies.
It's not included.
Did they by chance call me up earlier?
No, they did not. We'll track down your files and recall it.
I have him here on my list. Okay, here it is.
State of Ohio versus Devin Stapleton, case number CRB 23494A and B, CRA 23491. Mr. Steyer's case.
And there's an abduction charge. I don't think he understands today, Janice. Phil's been talking to him.
Mr. Steyer's case, which is going to have to be rescheduled for a court clinic evaluation.
Your Honor, would you like me to put on the record the discussion we had this morning?
Yeah.
Mr. Stapleton had been scheduled for an evaluation with the court clinic, but
They didn't tell
wasn't.
anybody.
Yeah, they didn't tell anybody, so obviously we weren't able to get him there. I have since spoken to his SSA, gotten contact information for the folks that would make the arrangements to have him attend that session, and communicated that contact information to court clinic, who says they will get him rescheduled. And presumably when they reschedule him, they will actually coordinate to have him transported. So at this time, I don't know when that's going to be. I think we'd stick with the program we've been, which kind of checking back and updating the situation. So I'd leave it to the court's discretion when you want to come back. I was frankly surprised that they got him scheduled as quickly as they did. So part of my surprise was not only the fact that I hadn't been informed, but the fact that it had even been scheduled. So in my
December 1st?
I think that's probably because they may actually have us a report back by then.
Next hearing will be December 1st at 10 o'clock.
Actually, Your Honor, I'm not available on the 1st itself. I'm available on the 4th.
December 4th at 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
That's the first Monday in December.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Roger King Jr., case number CRA 23143.
Madam Clerk, Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, sort of a mixed report here. We do have general compliance, but obviously there's some issues with determining how to go forward. I think
we are trying to focus on his aftercare to try to help him with his issue with his animal. I think that's his biggest concern. It's causing him a lot of anxiety and things like that. However, we are suggesting that he do further treatment after OVP.
And where's your medical card?
West Virginia.
It's a West Virginia medical card. I don't know is intensive outpatient an option?
That's not what's being suggested by OVP, but we can definitely discuss it. I mean, that's why I wanted to bring it in front of the court to see what your all's suggestions are.
Well, he tried that, I think, he was at RRG for outpatient, and that, there was problems there, I think.
Yeah.
When's his finish date at ODP?
26th, Your Honor.
Yeah, the 26th.
Where's the dog now? Someone caring for the dog now?
My old roommate has my dog.
Well, it is a felony.
I'm not reluctant for long-term treatment.
You are willing to go to
I
long-term
am
treatment?
willing to do long-term treatment.
I know you're willing to do it, but you were saying that you had this issue with your animal, were you not?
My issue, yes, there is my dog, but there's also my father and my sister. I help take care of my father, who's dependent on me and my sister. So there's more to this than just my pet. I'm willing to do as much treatment as possible. I would just like to try it again on an outpatient basis with OVP.
They're also in Huntington, Your Honor.
Well, I mean, OBP has outpatient facilities in Huntington, correct?
We do.
Why don't we come back on the 30th and see where we are? He's going to be out by then. See how things have progressed. You were here the 30th, Mr. Sargent?
I believe I am. Let me make certain of that, but I'm almost certain that I am. Yes, I'm actually on the docket already.
Okay. Continued October 30th, 10 o'clock. And if you want to do outpatient, I suggest then, since you're going to be getting out of inpatient, that you come back with some history by then that you've already been to outpatient and starting things and doing well.
Yes, sir.
Okay. October 30th, 10 o'clock.
Your Honor, if I may, as far as that goes, the 26th, which is the date of completion, is a Thursday, and we're coming back on the 30th. I'm not certain if there's even going to just logistically be able to get him into anything that quickly. Is that?
Well, yeah, whenever they follow up with our outpatient office, we make sure that the day they're discharged, they have an appointment the same day, and we transport them to that appointment and then take them home. That way they get established, and there's a better chance of them continuing that way.
Perfect. The logistics concern me.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
We can do that.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Don't leave him. I'll talk to you.
Okay.
State of Ohio recalls Michael Tilley Jr. Michael Tilley.
I don't know if he's tested yet, Your Honor. Have you tested yet? No, we need more time for the test on it, Your Honor. I apologize. Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Damian Fox at the Lawrence County Jail. Case number CRA 23619.
He does have a new church. Oh, this is the Franklin County. Okay, do they know? Okay, we'll hold this off. Do we have anything else here we can do?
Well, let's see, we've got two citizens that were both set for noon. I don't know if we're going to do it yet or not. They're putting David Fox on the chair.
Okay, if we have Mr. Fox, we can go ahead and do him.
Tim Henry will be on that.
Okay, we'll need Henry too.
All right.
Henry after Fox.
All right. Take 1 second.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Ashley Mays, case number CRB 517.
Ashley Mays is here. Okay, this is on an issue about restitution.
Yes.
The state was going to have.
She is supposed to be here, Your Honor.
Okay, well, it's not noon yet, so I thought maybe we'd call her.
Just this one.
Okay.
All right, sorry, Ms. Mays, we'll recall it's not noon, your case was set for noon, so we'll call back to that.
State of Ohio versus Garrett Johnson. Garrett Johnson. Case numbers TRC 23386, A and B.
All right, this is set for sentencing hearing, and do you have an attorney today?
He is not here yet.
Okay, so Mr. Donnell, is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah.
He is going to be here?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll recall it then later. All right, we're waiting on Damian Fox at the jail and Mr. Henry. We'll do those. Okay, we got Mr. Fox. All right, Mr. Fox, we have the warrant now from Franklin County, so I'm going to go ahead and arraign you on that. As you know, you have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything about this, but if you do, it can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney appointed, to have bail, make the state prove the charge beyond a reasonable doubt. So what's happened is there's a warrant for your arrest issued by the Franklin County Common Police Court. That's in Columbus. So you have what's called a Rule 4 hearing. That's a right to that. That's a hearing to determine if you are the Damian D. Fox that Franklin County wants, and if I should order you to go to that jurisdiction on these charges, and you have a right to have an attorney appointed to represent you at the Rule 4 hearing. Do you wish to have a Rule 4 hearing, or do you want to waive that and agree to go to Franklin County? Okay, I'm not hearing anything. Your audio must be turned off on the headset. There's a switch on the headset that they'll need to turn on. Try it now. I'm still not getting anything. All right, now it's showing it's open.
It's open.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Does it make sense? They're going to take you to Franklin County regardless, ain't they?
Well, you have a right to a hearing first. If you know, if you don't agree to it, then we'll set a hearing, and I have to make a determination whether you are the Damian Fox that they want, and if there's a good reason to send you there to that jurisdiction. You have that right if you want to have that hearing. It's up to you. Do you want to have that hearing, or do you want to waive that hearing and agree, yeah, it's me, I want to go up there and get this resolved?
Yes, I will hear results, sir.
Okay, so you have to waive your Rule 4 hearing. These are both felony charges, so I'm going to set, if you could post a bond, I'd let you post a bond and go turn yourself in, but I'm going to make it $10,000. Is that a bond you think you could post?
I can't post a bond myself. Like, I mean, if I get a signature bond, yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to give you a signature bond on 2 felonies, so I'm just going to say you can't post a bond.
I mean, this is all before I got, you know, I had my parole sit out there, and then I got put on parole, and then it's like, it's not like I had to do charge. Like, I did 10 months from it already. I was in Franklin, I did a year in Franklin County Jail already.
Well, they never lifted the warrant. The warrant's still active, so I have to honor it. I'm going to give them a week to pick you up. You got to hold. You're not going to go anywhere anyways, because you've got a holder from the parole authority. So you got to get all this cleared up. It's not like you can waltz out of jail if this thing goes away, because the parole authority has a holder on you also.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to give Franklin County until the 20th at 8 a.m. to pick you up, and if you're still in the jail you'll be on the docket here at 10 a.m.
Yes, sir.
So we'll go ahead and set it as a pretrial for October 20th
Yes, sir.
at 10 a.m. So I'm going to send this down for your signature. Do you have any questions, Mr. Fox?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's all. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Timothy Henry, case number CRA 23614. That's the last thing we have at the jail yard.
Okay. All right, Mr. Henry, I got a text from the bail bondsman, says he hasn't been able to reach the person you asked him to contact. So I'm not sure if you can post a bond or not. Do you still want a chance to try to post bond, or do you want me to go ahead and tell Ross County to start making their way down here to pick you up? Okay. Well, here's what I'm going to do then. I'm going to give you over the weekend to post bond. So you've got until 8 a.m. Monday morning, which is the 16th. So if you haven't posted bond, then I'm going to see you that morning on my docket at 10 o'clock for a pretrial 10 a.m. If you post bond, I'm going to require you turn yourself in next week in Ross County. The main thing is just get this warrant withdrawn. Whatever you gotta do, you gotta go up there, get the warrant withdrawn. Or appear in this court on October 20th at 10 o'clock and explain why you didn't get it done. Or then the bail bondsman will be told to go pick you up.
Do you want him on the docket on Monday, please?
Yeah, I want him on the docket on Monday.
And I'll add it.
So Monday, I'll know whether you were able to post bond or not. If you weren't, then I'll see you then, and we'll decide further what we're gonna do. But if you do post bond, you gotta turn yourself in Ross County next week before Friday. Okay, that's all. That finishes up at the jail. Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Naaman C. Cox, case number CRB 23569, PRC 213062, A, B, and C, PRC 221663, and others. Your Honor, those others are not set for review until the 27th.
Oh, those are review hearings.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
whenever I was in here last time, you did originally give me the two separate dates, and I requested that you put them on the same if you could, and you set them both for the 13th.
Okay, well, as you can see, we have a lot of cases and sometimes mistakes happen, so apparently it didn't get reset. But now we've got it up, so we're going to go ahead and do it today.
Thank you.
So you've got an OVI, and an OBI. The 21-19-17 looks like it's completed. But the 21-3062, 22-16-63 are not.
I've been completing some community service. Speaking of which, I'm going tomorrow to do the trash cleanup thing in Scotttown.
I'll have to verify, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, well, based on what I see here, I want you to do a urine screen today.
Okay.
Let's do a urine screen, then I'll have you back and we'll finish things up.
State of Ohio recalls Michael Tilley Jr., case number CRA 23165.
Okay, he did an acceptable urine screen, so I'll let him stay at New Life Recovery as he has been.
And can I let Mr. Holmes know that the court would be agreeable to him attending by video for some of his treatment? Thank you.
Come back.
Oh, I need to do that.
In a month, November 13th.
I want to make sure I'm here that day, but I think I should be. I'm available.
November 13th will be his next hearing.
So write that down.
November 13th, 10 o'clock. Continue with your counseling.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio.
I appreciate you, sir.
Juan Omar William, case number CRB 23620.
This is a new case, arraignment hearing. Okay, it's a possession of marijuana charge, less than 100 grams. It's alleged this happened this morning, October 13th at 3:24 a.m. Maximum penalty for this is a $150 fine. There's no jail time fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to this?
I'll plead guilty, but if they're like, cause it was roaches in like the ashtray, which is made the aroma come up, and which is what I'm charged with. And it says under 100 grams when I didn't have not 1 gram on me. It was all from like smoked and just in the ashtray, the aroma. And I guess like it was, I'm not sure, but since it was weed in the ashtray, that's what I was charged with. But I was.
Well, I can set up for a trial and have the officer come. He's not here today, so I don't know what he's going to say. I know what you're saying, but today's not the trial. Today's the arraignment. If you want to enter a not guilty plea, I'll set up for a trial. You can come back and I'll hear what the officer says and hear what you say, and I'll make a decision.
Is there any way we could get this case out the way today, sir?
Yeah, you told me first you wanted to enter a guilty plea. If you do that, then I'm going to just go ahead and sentence you. But if you want to say you're not guilty, then I'm going to set it for a trial.
Could I know like my sentencings before I plead?
Well, the most you can get is $150. That's the absolute max you can get. I can't give you anything more than a $150 fine.
Yes, sir. I would like to plead guilty to get the case out the way today, sir.
Okay. Well, I don't have any explanation. Does the state have any information on this?
I don't yet, Your Honor, no.
All right, based on what you're telling me, and I don't have any evidence to the contrary, I'm going to accept what you're saying. I won't impose a fine. I'll just order you to pay the court costs.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
So, see the clerk, pay the court costs. And I'll set it as a final pay date. I'm giving you until January the 9th to pay the costs. If you don't, we'll send it to the B&B for a license suspension.
I would like to pay today, sir. Could I know the total amount, sir?
It'll be $110.
Yes, sir.
The clerk is to the right as you leave the courtroom.
Yes, sir.
Just go out through those doors, go to the right, pay it, and you're done.
That's everything?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
State of Ohio versus Garrett Johnson, case number TRC 23386A and B on a recall.
I don't,
Attorney's here yet or not?
is your attorney here yet?
State of Ohio versus Ashley Mays, case number CRB 23517.
Jessica Sloan? Yes.
Okay, this is set for a hearing on restitution. So, state want to offer some evidence about the restitution issue. And Ms. Mays, you can pull up a chair there at that table if you wish to have a seat. You don't have a lawyer, if I understand, is that right?
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
This is the estimate that was provided in this one.
Okay.
On the third page, it has the total amount.
Have you seen this, ma'am? The estimate of damages on a car, I think it is.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to furnish that to her? All right. You've seen the estimate. Do you agree with that? Do you want to have evidence about it? How do you want to proceed?
We can just go with that.
Okay, you want to agree with that? How much was the amount in the estimate?
$1,767.48.
Can you have a copy of that file
Yes.
report? All right. Is,
Sorry, we had 1,800 to change it to.
yeah, $1,767.48. And since Ms. Sloan is here as the complaining party, do you have any information you want to give the court other than this estimate on the amount to fix your vehicle?
No.
Do you want any kind of no contact order for Ms.
I would like
Mason?
that, yes.
You want her to stay away from you? There's no reason she should be around you anyway.
What is it?
There's no, you don't have like children that
No.
you share custody of or anything
No.
like that? Okay, Ms. Mays, anything you want to tell me before I finalize this with sentencing? Okay, there had been a guilty plea previously. I'll impose a $200 fine, order you to pay court costs, 10 days in jail, which I'll suspend, on the conditions you pay restitution of $1,767.48, and you'll pay that through the court. So you make your payments here, that way there's a record of what's been paid. So you'll pay it to the clerk, clerk will transmit it, and we have where the prosecutor can furnish Ms. Sloan's address and how we get the money to her from the clerk. I'm going to order that you not contact or go around Jessica Sloan in the future. That you serve 2 years of non-reporting probation. I will set a review hearing for April the 12th of �24. So if everything is completed by then, there's been no further problems, you pay the restitution, you don't have to come in for that hearing then. If there's been problems, or if you don't pay everything by then, you have to show up. If you don't show up, and you have stuff left to do, you get a warrant. You'll need to meet with Mr. Major in the probation office, which is to the left as you leave the courtroom. Check in with him, you'll have some paperwork for you to sign, fill out. And what I just told you about what your requirements are is going to be on the judgment entry. He'll give you a copy of that judgment entry and has the date for the review hearing on it. Do you have any questions, Ms. Mays? Okay, check in with Mr. Major, then you're free to go.
State of Ohio recalls Garrett Johnson, case number TRC 23386A and B.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Okay, and Mr. Johnson, this is on, it's been sentencing hearings on an OVI with a test score of 195.
Correct.
Or 196, I'm sorry, it's 196, it actually says. He's been doing some counseling.
Yes, Your Honor. Garrett's been counseling at Huntington Behavioral now for about the last 5 months consistently. Attends probably every 1 to 2 weeks right now. He's been engaged. I do have an updated report for the court. He's abstained from alcohol since, plans on graduating from Marshall.
Okay.
He's going to get in the health services industry.
Okay, I think what I want to do, I thought about this a lot since the last hearing. I see his father didn't come with him today. Probably a good thing.
We do apologize again, Your Honor.
He was a little put out with the court for making his son come back for these hearings, but as I explained to him, and I don't know if this is the mother here, I'm going to disobey the Ohio legislature if I don't give your son jail. With the test score that he has, it's mandatory that he goes to jail. So we're trying to figure out a way to avoid that. And what I told your son and your husband, or the father of Garrett, so I want to be convinced that this is never, ever going to happen again. Because it would look pretty bad if the judge does not give jail on a mandatory jail time case, and then Mr. Johnson goes out and has another one of these and hurts somebody. My picture might be on the front of the Herald-Dispatch then. Why did this judge let this young man escape jail when it might have taught him a lesson? So, here's what I want to see happen next. I think it would be good for Mr. Johnson to do some community service while this is pending. So, I'd like to see 10 days of community service done before we conclude this, continue with this counseling, and then if that all happens, I'll take the heat. If something goes wrong, he gets another one of these. But I think he needs to do something positive for the community too. So otherwise, or just let me go ahead and sentence you now, and then you know, the mandatory jail sentence on this is 3 days in jail, which is not the end of the world, but jail is a place to be avoided.
Understood, Your Honor. I'm sure my client would much rather do community service than jail time.
Okay. So this gentleman right here is in charge of community service, Mr. Cooper. I want you to talk with him. Get something set up. In fact, here's a good, I'll let him have the deal tomorrow. It's Scotttown Cleanup Day. And I'm giving double credit. So you can knock 2 days out with 1 day if you show up tomorrow to do community service at Scotttown. You know, this area was settled by a lot of folks of Scottish ancestry, including a lot of my relatives on my mother's side. So it's a good, it won't be that hard. Trust me, it won't be that hard. But it is something positive you'd be doing. So if you can't do it, fine, but then, you know, you got 10 days to do. So let's get that done. I know he's still in school, so why don't we come back over Christmas break?
Okay, that'll work.
He's out of school. When does that happen?
You're doing yours, Christmas break.
Christmas break will be after December 15th, if I'm sure.
Okay. Well, that's good. Enjoy your, you know, you're at Marshall, right?
Yeah.
I'm a Marshall guy too. But one thing, you know, I love going to school. Most people don't get out for Christmas at December the 15th. You're lucky to get out like the 23rd or something. So enjoy this while you're able to. let's set it for December the 18th for his next hearing, if that's good with you, sir.
My calendar isn't working at the moment, Your Honor. Is it okay if we set that date, and then if I have any issues, I'll contact the clerk's office?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
All right, next hearing, so I'm giving you a couple months to get some of this done. See you on December the 18th.
At what time would you like us here, Your Honor?
We can make it noon.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, we're still waiting on urine test result. So I'm going to take a recess, meet, if there's anybody that wants to meet with me. I think they all left. Like they all left.
We have a Daniel Cox also on the docket for today.
Daniel Cox.
I hear he is.
Called him earlier, he wasn't here. State of Ohio recalls Daniel L. Cox, case number CRA 23495, TRC 231103.
All right, Mr. Cox, apparently you got here late.
Sir, I've been here since 9:10 this morning.
We called your case this morning and you didn't answer.
Okay, well, I don't know if you went to the restroom or what happened, but if you were called and your lawyer was here, then Mr. Smith, and he said he didn't know where you were. So had you talked to Mr. Smith?
I seen him walk in a few minutes ago, and but I haven't seen him for about an hour now.
Okay, I'll cancel the warrant since you were here, and you do have a report from ProAct, and I'll just reschedule it.
He does have a warrant, so we'll have to,
Cancel it.
yeah, because he must have not have went to the check-in of the,
Yeah, because usually these are called at the beginning of court
Correct.
too, also.
yes, because he's got one on the 08, so that we're going to have to recall that.
Okay, yeah, that was set for review also.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to reschedule everything. Wish I knew when Mr. Smith, he's usually here, but I don't know exactly when. The next time he's here, grab him and say, "Yeah, we need to talk."
Go look, so if you be here Friday or Monday?
I'm not going to do it that soon.
Okay.
Let's make it October 30th.
Sir, is that a Thursday or Friday?
That is a Monday. You want Thursday or Friday?
If possible. I'm working Lexington now, so Monday's off is Thursday and Friday.
I'll make it November 3rd.
Thank you.
November 3rd is your next hearing, 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
And did you do anything on your old case? Let's see.
I'm getting ready to pay 100 on it.
Okay, go see the clerk, make a payment on that 08 case. Be back here November 3rd, and I'll let Mr. Smith know that you showed up.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Now we're just waiting on Mr. Cox.
Yes.
Okay, court will be in recess, and I'll meet with volunteers while we're waiting on Mr. Cox. Court's in recess.
Is that name and call that has a radio? Photos reviews. Don't need to stay on there. And he's doing his reviews.
Excuse me.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I'll text you my number. I don't have a card with me, I don't think, but just text me. Okay. I'll save that. Oh, you're good. Oh, I do. Thank you, ma'am. That's my cell number. Okay. I'll put it in my phone. All right. Thank you.